Hey guys, Robocopter here with another episode of DayZ Survival. I believe this is episode 5, and today we're going to talk a little bit about flying the Huey, or the more technical term is the UH-1H, I believe. So, um, flying is a little bit more difficult in this game than it is in, say, like Battlefield or some other, you know, military games that have vehicles and whatnot. So I thought it'd be good to just go over the controls and just give a little bit of a better understanding. But I do recommend that you guys go and experiment with your editor and fly around quite a bit, because I've been flying quite a bit to just get an understanding of how everything works, and I've still crashed a couple of times. Um, so just go check it out for yourself. If you do find one of these in the wild, usually they're going to be busted. There's quite a few spawn points. I don't really know all of them, but I know they do spawn in or on top of the firehouse in Cherno. I believe one of them actually spawns in the northeast airfield, which is not the big airfield. And then I've also seen one spawn over here in this field, but I'm not sure if that one was a glitch or not. It seemed like it was glitched. And but anyway, if you do find one of these in the wild, usually you have to repair them just like you do any vehicle in DayZ. I believe, according to a couple places that I've seen, you usually have to repair the engine, the rotary. There's two rotaries actually, and then you also need some scrap metal, and it just takes a shit ton of fuel. It takes about 30 cans to get it to where you can fly it out of there somewhere safe. So if you do find one out in the wild, you're not off the ground yet. There's just quite a bit of work to be put into it, and more than likely you will be getting shot at during that time, so it's kind of a bitch. To get this thing started, you press Q, and that's going to go ahead and start the engine. It actually takes a couple of seconds for it to get started, and once it finally gets up and running, you should be just hovering right over the ground. So one thing, it's probably the most important thing about driving a helicopter, is if you scroll with the mouse wheel here, you have a couple of options. The first one's called auto hover. What auto hover basically is it forces the helicopter to be exactly level with the ground and not accelerating in any direction. And so what that means is if you're going forward, it will make you go from whatever speed you are to 0, and then make you level with the ground. This is perfect for landing, picking up friends, spotting, using the spotlight, that kind of thing. So just keep that in mind. If you're starting to get out of control, it's a really good way to regain control, that kind of thing. But it is impossible to fly with. Like, you can't leave it on while you're flying. Like, this is me trying to leave it on. It literally, it will not let me do that. It automatically tries to adjust itself every single time. So we won't get very far doing that. Let's go ahead and turn it off. And now we're in free light, I guess. It has no control. There's no autopilot, nothing like that. A couple of the controls. WASD is how you move on the I guess the Z-axis. It is what tilts you in whichever direction you press. So if you press W, it's going to tilt you forward. If you press S, it's going to tilt you backwards. Same with A and D. It's going to bank you to that side. So you can see it kind of makes you lean. With just those 4 things, usually you can fly pretty well. The only other 2 buttons are C and X here, and those are to tilt you around the Y-axis. This is really only useful under, I would say, 40 miles an hour. And I mean, you can try and use it whenever you're going a little bit faster, but it's not really, doesn't really help. You can't feel it once you get over a certain speed. It doesn't turn the helicopter, because I believe that only relies on this back rotor, the I don't even know what you call it, the secondary rotor, I guess. And so whenever you're going super fast, it doesn't have the power to turn the vehicle. So it's fairly realistic in that sense. Actually, the flight overall is very realistic. A lot of people actually complain about it because they think it's too realistic and it's not fun. I, on the other hand, really disagree. I think the fact that it's so realistic makes it a lot more fun to fly, and it's a lot more dangerous, a lot more risky. I think if the helicopters were too safe, then you would never see a helicopter respawn, because helicopters, from what I've read, there's only 2 helicopters per server usually, and so for one to respawn, one of them has to die. So I like my odds there. Okay, so we'll talk about just like moving around a little bit. Oh, I should mention, you can use your mouse to tilt forward and backward, but it's pretty easy to kind of get out of control doing that. I usually don't use the mouse at all, and if I do, I only use it while I'm going slow, or sometimes I'll use it just to tilt forward to get started, but it's not necessary. Okay, so how do you go? That's pretty easy. Basically, you're going to want to tilt forward a little bit and press Q at the same time, and that's going to make you accelerate forward. You can see at the top you've got your speed and your altitude and your heading, I believe is the other one. Yeah. One thing to note about it is you can't just tilt forward, press Q. You actually have to keep pressing W or keep inching your mouse backwards in order to stay at a continuous speed or stay at a continuous tilt. If you just kind of don't do anything but press Q, it will level you off again, which is exactly just like in real life. Turning is a little bit harder. Your tendency is to want to use the mouse and just move right really fast, but you kind of have to love it a little bit. Usually I just hit D a couple times and let it do its thing. And whenever you bank like that, it's just going to kind of turn for you. And then you'll level back off when you're at the heading that you want. And as you can see, I'm still not a very good driver. It's a little tricky. My biggest advice that I can give is try not to, oh god. Whew, that was close. Try not to do any sudden movements. That's what really seems to kill me the most, at least. Yeah. Okay, and now we're back in the air. So we talked a little bit about how to turn, how to control, how to go forward, that kind of stuff. I guess the only other thing to really go over is how to land. Like I said, if you use auto hover, it really lands for you, or at least it sets you up for a perfect landing. It's really not that difficult to land, which is funny because a lot of the videos you see it's of people having a lot of trouble landing. So I don't really understand that. But if you use your scroll wheel and you click on auto hover on, watch what the helicopter is going to do. It's going to decelerate me from about 170 miles an hour. As you can see, my speed up there at the top is going down, 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 and it's going to level me off. So I am not accelerating in any direction, and my altitude's staying the same. I'm completely level with the ground, and all you're going to do is decelerate, which is Z. And as you can see, I'm lowering, lowering, lowering. Look at this, super easy. And boom, landed. That's all there is to it. I mean, you don't have to use auto hover. Oh, ain't no one can do that like me. Look at that landing. Kinda. It's totally a landing, guys. My engine's red. Still counts. Still counts. Barrel roll? Ooh, bad barrel roll. Okay, guys, that's pretty much all I have for you. If you guys liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe. Sorry about being a little inconsistent the last couple weeks. I tried to buy a new video card so I could make even more videos even faster for you guys, and I ended up, it just didn't work out. The card wouldn't work for me, so back to my old card here. But yeah, be watching out in the next couple weeks. We've got some really good stuff in line for you, and yeah, y'all have a good one. Pick me up, bitch. God, I throw like pussy.